right, I'm going to show you really quickly how to graph your lima bean data. And I know that I'm going to go really fast. And so please just pause the video and then do that step and then come back to the video and watch some more so that you can get it all that way. So I have my lima bean data here. And then also, I believe we put it on. I believe we put all of the data on one place in this lima bean lab. So if you have not gotten your data together, you're going to need to go to the discussion board that is in Canvas and find the class data, and you're going to need to calculate this class average. So basically just add up all of the percent change for the one for length for everybody. So each group, go find the percent change for length and add those up and divide them by how many groups submitted data. In one class it was 8, and one class it was 7. So depending on which hour you were in, you'll need to divide it by something different. But basically, if there are 7 groups that turned it in, you'll need to add up the mean length for each group, this percent change right here. Don't worry about day 1 and day 2. Ignore those. You'll add up the percent change, and then you'll divide them by 8, and you'll put that value there. Once you have all 4 of the values in here, you're going to graph these 2 things right here. So you can actually copy and paste that into your graph. So I'm just going to put some percentages in here. I don't know what yours were, so I'm just going to make up some stuff. So if it's close, great. If it's not, whatever. So that's my change. And then I'm going to say like the class had a different change than mine, just slightly. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy it. Oh, and it's going to try to define it for me. I don't know what that was. Now I have to go back and find my other thing. There we go. Way to go, computer. So then I'm going to copy this. And then I'm going to go back to my lima bean data and I'm just going to paste it. Or you can make your own. Like I know this is shared, so you might not want to do it on this sheet. Or you can make your own sheet down here, like and put it on. Like see how I have 2 sheets now? And you can put it on like 2 sheets and you can be like, this one is mine. Don't edit it. Like the worst thing is when you make a graph and somebody else comes along and messes with it. You're like, I just made that. Okay, so this is length. This is width, this is mass, and this is volume, okay? And see how I put in a title for each one, and I put in the percent change. And notice it's just like we're in the middle. Like I don't even care where this is, okay? It could be over in this corner up top, I don't care. So it doesn't matter as long as you've got, and if you don't like the copy and paste function, you can just type all of this in. It comes from the Bean Lab. So then you're gonna select your data. So you're gonna basically, you click in the middle. So see how my cursor's in the middle? So then I'm pushing down on my mouse pad with one finger, and then I'm with the other finger, I'm dragging it across. So I'm using 2 fingers, okay? Just use 2 fingers. There's no shame. So then I've got that selected, and I'm going to push this button right here. You see it looks like a little graph. It's like a little box with bars in it. You're going to click that. And then you're going to wait until the Wi-Fi decides to give you this. Now you're going to look at it. And you're going to decide if you think it looks right. So you should have length and width, mass, volume. You should see that if you grab holds of it, like don't grab hold in a box like that, but like out here, you should be able to move it a little bit and see your data. So this should be shorter than that. Yes, looks right. Now, sometimes it will read the thing funny. See this switch rows, and this is in my chart editor and it's in my setup. Okay, what happens if I don't have that? Oh dear, I lost my menu. So basically you click on the graph and you'll see these 3 dots and you just say edit chart. Okay, now you have your menu back. Okay, you can rewind the video and watch me do that again if you need to. So then my setup here, sometimes this will be unchecked and you'll look like this and you're like, well, that's pretty, like it's got a lot of pretty bars, but does it tell me what I want? Like I'm trying to, okay, so there's 2 ways you could do this. You can choose. If you want to tell the reader of your experiment that the width changed the most for you, but the volume changed the most for the class, then this might be how you want to set it up. You might want to set it up with your percent change here and the class average here, okay? Or you might want to do it individually and say, for length, mine was this and the class was that. So it depends on what you want. So you decide how you want your data to be presented. Maybe go back and read the lab, read your hypothesis, and decide which one is going to make like more of an effect on your reader. Like, is it going to be when you split the 4, or are you going to switch rows and columns and it be when you have all of your individual here and all the class there? You decide. But if I ask you why you chose what you chose, you need to have an answer. Okay. So then you have no title on your y-axis. I will say this over and over again. I'll walk by, I'll be like, you don't have a title on your y-axis. You don't have a title on your y-axis. You don't have a title on your y-axis. That's going to lose points, and it's going to start losing more and more points as the year goes on. And also your title is like a mess. So we're going to go to customize. Now this is where you get to have some fun. Please play with stuff, like make it your own. Otherwise it's boring. So I decided I want it to be a little bit that color in the background. Oh, let's give it a border color. That sounds just delightful. So now it's purple. Those are kind of weird, but you can click on them. The chart title is a mess. Like, what is this chart title? So you're going to say the change in bean size when soaked overnight. I don't know, for 24 hours. Or you can make it whatever you want. So basically this is telling you what your graph is about. It's telling the reader what the graph is actually about. And so now pay attention. We're still in chart and axis titles. This is a drop-down menu. Horizontal. It already has labels, so we're good there. We need vertical. Okay, it doesn't have a label. So you're going to say percent change in bean size. Okay, now, or whatever, make up your own titles. What are these data? Like, what are you actually doing? Oh, you can change the font, make it fat. You can change your text color, make it purple. I don't care. Okay, and you can also do that with your titles. You can change the font, you can change the color, whatever. Okay, all right, cool. So, and then if you want to change the font and color for the bottom one, then you go to horizontal axis and you change that. Okay. You can go to series and you can go, I want a different color bar. I'm going to do this weird green color. Christmas. Anyway, you get that. Don't click any of those. Those are for AP. Actually, you could do trend line, but you don't need to. You have a legend. So your legend is this thing right here, key. So you can say, I want my legend on the right. I want my legend on the inside. I want my legend, whatever. Okay, so you can play with that. You can also give it a different font or whatever. Okay, your horizontal axis, you shouldn't need to do anything with that. Sometimes it'll not start at 0. So sometimes you'll want to go to your vertical axis and tell it like to start at 0 right here, but ours started at 0. So that's what you can do there. Okay. All right. So then you're finished. Cool. You're like, my graph is the most beautiful piece of artwork since Leonardo da Vinci painted Mona Lisa. And so then you're done. And there's these 3 dots here, and you're going to say copy chart. And then you're going to go back to the Bean Lab and you're going to insert it here. It says, so you're going to paste and you can link it. And if you link it, that means if you go back and change it, then it will, it'll automatically change. Or you can paste it unlinked, which means if you changed anything on the spreadsheet, your graph will remain unlinked. So there you go. There's your graph. Beautiful. And then you answer the discussion paragraph, and then you turn this in. And you can delete like all of these graphs if you want to, all those data tables. Okay? That's how you do it. You can go back and watch it again. If something's not working for you, send me an email and tell me precisely which part is not working so I can give you a precise answer on how to fix it. Okay, say I can't copy it, I can't whatever, okay? You can watch this video as many times as you need to. Hopefully it's not too many because I'm sure it's going to get really boring really fast. Have a great day.